If you haven't, you can go to drinkcoffee.ai and go buy some. Shameless plug. All right, so today we are focusing on BIM and what is BIM. And really, this is geared up for the executives. It's not geared up for the specialists or the CAD people of the world. This is geared up for I'm an executive team. I'm not getting the value out of BIM. I don't really understand where it's going wrong. And these are the three areas which I have hand selected, prime areas of where you could be incurring cost or waste in your business operation. So who am I? So I'm James Thompson. I have been working, oh Jesus, maybe like nearly 20 years now, I guess. And probably most of those 20 years, BIM has been a foundational part of everything that I've been doing, whether it's digital transformation or change management or implementation or writing a digital strategy, whether that's for a company I'm working for or a company that I'm advising as a consultant. BIM is one of the core data sets that you need to produce as a consultant, contractor, or operator or client to found every single other data set that you have on your project. Let's focus on one of these pillars. So, the process. What is the BIM process? So, the BIM process is super simple. And let's take construction out of it. So, let's use photos as an example. So, photos, you take a picture on your phone, it goes to Google Drive automatically, or it goes to iCloud automatically. Now, this is BIM in its essence. BIM is not a 3D model, it is a centralized process of control and distribution throughout the life cycle of your construction project. So if you take one thing away about what BIM is, it is that. There are some local differences. In Hong Kong, for instance, we have an annex. In that annex, we have 20 odd, I think there's 20 odd BIM uses where we reuse that information for different things, whether it's drawings or clash detection or 4D planning. All of these items are asset information is another one. All of these items are the BIM uses. It is not the BIM process. So I think that's really important because 99% of our effort goes on the BIM uses, but we fail to deliver the BIM process, which is the ISO 19650. The second part then is the requirements. So requirements are very important. And if you're a commercial person, if you're a project manager, if you're a planner, or if you are, I hope you are, as part of the executive team, very, very interested in what is the customer asking me to deliver on this project and what am I as a business going to deliver against that requirement. And then when you start the project, hopefully you have a line in the sand that is the balance between what I've been asked to deliver and then an agreement of this is what we're actually going to deliver, and then you can commence. But the problem with BIM is the people a lot of the time are making decisions because they don't know what the commercial risk is or the project risk or the planning risk. It's very difficult to get the value from it because if you start off with, yes, we're going to deliver everything, and then you end up delivering half of it, you end up with a customer that's not very happy. And you're not very happy because as a project team, you don't know, why did I say I'm going to do this? Why am I going to 3D model the screws on a plug socket? It just doesn't make any sense. If you really want to get the value out of the BIM side of the project, you need to basically really understand what the deliverables are as a project team. It cannot be the responsibility of the BIM manager because they will just take the previous BIM execution plan and rejig it to respond to what the customer's asking. So question, answer, question, answer, question, answer. So get your requirements right. What do they actually want? What am I actually going to deliver? Let's have a grown-up conversation. Let's get it all down at the beginning of the project. Let's take some of that responsibility away from a BIM manager and a client's BIM manager. And then let's actually have it as part of the actual contract. And then finally, if we move into the delivery, I mean, there's hundreds of areas you could focus on in delivery, but I think a lot of the BIM people, BIM team, are geared up to think about, can I create some parametric script which can control the grid setting out, or is there a fast way I can offline all these drawings? This is innovation and it's good, but this is not valuable. Well, it's not that valuable. So I would say as a project team, you really need to understand the configuration of your platform, whether you call it an EDMS, whether you call it a CDE, whether you call it a Dropbox or a SharePoint or any of those. It doesn't matter what it's called. Most important thing, what is the configuration? It is not your IT team or your BIM team to confirm that configuration, because that is dictating how everybody on your project is going to work. And because at the minute it doesn't work, every single person in your BIM team is overloaded and it's growing because they have to deliver this process on behalf of everybody else. So it's like PPing every document you sign. It's a nightmare. So if you're the project director on the team, you really need to ensure that everybody on your project understands that configuration. And that is down to the how is it named, where is it stored, how do I search for it, what's the suitability, what is the sharing approval process. I've been working with a lot of customers recently where they've let their BIM teams, or they've let people who not necessarily understand all the project information, and they've had 7 approvals in there. They switch off the revisioning system so they can forge the timestamps. So many things that are really, really bad practice, and just make it so it becomes a click of just for BIM. It's a platform for BIM people only, and this massive waste of time. So if you see it on your project, kill that one, definitely. So the next thing is roles and responsibilities and the lean construction principles. So if you think about it, when you define the process and you define this sharing collaboration process for your project, is it the leanest? So in most BIM teams, you will end up with a manager, a coordinator, and multiple modelers. Look at those 3 roles. So the first one, the manager. So has the manager, or do they fully understand what the requirements are? The next one is in the coordinator. How are they coordinating that information, and actually how regularly are they sharing with the team? So if you go around and ask an engineer and they don't know who that coordinator is, then you've got an issue. And then finally, when it becomes to the modelers, they need to understand, and you can ask them, what level of information are they producing certain items to, and whether the drawings have actually come out of that model. Those 3 questions are focused on the BIM team, but another one you can look at around the information is to focus on the platform. So if you go on the platform and pull off a usage report and you only see administrators and BIM teams using it, you've got a fundamental problem on that project. And it'll be 99% of the time it'll be down to the configuration of it and the people who were involved in the configuration, configuring it for them rather than what's best for the project and generally for the whole team. So I hope that you found that useful. It's been good to share the information, and obviously this is things which I'm working with customers every single day on, helping them find, there is no perfect solution. Every single solution is slightly different. So I'll get in trouble if I don't plug the business at the end. Geometry Consulting Limited is a business that has 3 parts. Essentially, we help businesses with their innovation requirements, help them build innovation strategies to become sustainable in terms of not just technology, but also general innovation, and help them get certified and kite marked. We also offer some products, but not many. I think there's 8. And these products are only best of breed in each category. So, and they tend to be focused around the BIM space, like BIM, DWSS, some digital twin stuff. So really focused in that area. And then finally, if you are struggling with your digital strategies, if you're really struggling with BIM, or if you just want somebody to bounce ideas off, we're more than happy to come in and help. If it's just a conversation, we're more than happy to do that. all the way through to if it is some technical implementation that you need doing. Maybe that's something we can support you with. So finally, for the advisory, if you are looking for somebody to help define a strategy or delivery, or if you've got some challenges on your existing job, certainly with BIM, but also with tech, please do feel free to reach out to us or reach out to me directly on here. I'm more than willing to help and share the lessons. But if you do need some more detailed, more robust advisory, that is a service that we offer in this business. So yeah, I think have a look for those three things, speak to some people, and then hopefully we can make BIM deliver. So final plug, I promise. Please like and subscribe this video. So final bit of self-promotion, please subscribe to the video and please like if you found it useful. We're going to be doing these every single week, and each week will be a different topic.